So welcome once again to everyone. So hello Nivedita, hi Shravan sir, hello Chandan, Tejasri, and Vivikta, hello Geeta ma'am. So thank you for joining. Um, as you read in the write-up I have sent, we are going to know why we are only, yeah, as I said, why we should only make a bigger impact in this world. Why only we? Okay, and why should we? So we are going to discuss these things. So before going to that, if possible, Tejasri, Chandan, Nivedita can come on the video, if possible. Uh, just a small activity. I know I'm not very good at getting you into that meditation mode like Lidvija does, but I'll just try to. Okay, uh, just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. I hope those who are not on video also following my instructions. So just close your eyes and take a deep breath at your own pace. Yeah, Surya just logged in. Welcome, Surya. We just started the activity. So take calmer and deeper breaths. So just think about yourself, what you feel yourself, what you love yourself. Slowly, no hurry. Take your own time. Keep taking breaths at your own pace. Now, just think about your day today. How was it? If it is good, please tell it through your smile. And if it is not good, give a more wider smile. Huh? So, Nivedita, okay, Tejasri, more wider smiles. Yeah. So now just go a little deeper and think of your big dreams. Think of your own big dreams that you want to achieve in your life, that you want to show to the world by working on it daily, that you want to create in this world. Touch your infinite potential. Chandan, need not be that harsh. Be calm. Be calm. Don't open it. Don't open it. Just just be cool and just imagine about your bigger goal and keep imagining it. Bring it alive. Slowly start thinking about it as if it is alive now, as if you are doing it now, where you are experiencing the infinite you, where you are experiencing the fully potent you, where you have no inhibitions, where your self-confidence is at peaks, where you have no fears. Just keep imagining about it. Just keep dreaming about it. If you are seeing it alive, that big dream live in your imagination, I think I can see a smile on your face right now. Because like it became possible. Just see it. See it becoming possible. And you are doing it with your full potential. Now, slowly, as I said, you thought about today. Think whether you have remembered your dream today, your big dream. Whether you have realized any small thing, very minute thing about that big dream today. Just think. Just think. And slowly think about your past days, where you are dreaming about your big dream, where you are growing your thoughts and actions towards your big dream. And now slowly think of the challenges that you have come across while thinking about it or while doing it. Might be small, might be big, but the challenges which are inevitable, which are part of the journey. Think about only those challenges. Think about only those criticisms that you have came across while dreaming them, while doing them. Just think about the moments where you are being questioned about your big dream and you are being told that it is not possible. You are mad. I repeat, you are mad. And it's not going to be possible. Think of all those. And now just try to see it from an angle where these challenges are being dealt by the fully potent you, which you have seen in the beginning, who is fully self-confident and who is fully confident on his bigger dream and is working towards it. Do you think those challenges are really the challenges? Do you think those questions are really going to add value to your dream? Those criticisms? Do you think you should be stopping at those questions only? You can just nod your head as a response if you can. And do you think your present self, what you are today, is capable of doing that big dream? Do you think the same present self, the same confident you right now is ready and is excited to face the challenges again and again that you have came across in the past? Are you ready? Are you feeling it ready? Whether you are ready or any inhibitions, any fears. Whenever you come across that feeling of fear, just remember your fully potent you who is working on the bigger dream. Just you, the more confident you, the better you, the more clearer you, and the fully potent you. So are the challenges that are going to be coming in the future really going to challenge yourself? Yes. But are they going to stop you? Do you think they are necessary, those challenges? Yes, they are necessary. Whenever you come across that challenge, you'll stop for a while and gain more clarity towards your bigger dream and find a reason of why you should be the one to make it possible, right? So keep that fully potent you alive every day. Think about your big dream every day. And if you ask me why, you're born for that. You are here to make that possible. You are here to prove that to the world. And it's only ourselves that is the barrier between that fully potent you and your bigger dream. So you can slowly come out. Don't leave that fully potent you there only. Bring it with yourself. Bring it with yourself. Come into the call. Come into the present. Come into the present. Okay. So how you are feeling? A little bit more confident?
Little bit energy.
Little bit more energy, little bit more excitement. So yeah, Sri, you can just keep your eyes closed if you're feeling like, and just listen to the video that I'm going to play now.
I'm here to tell you that finding your purpose isn't enough. The challenge for our generation is to create a world where everyone has a sense of purpose. One of my favorite stories is when JFK went to go visit the NASA Space Center, and he saw a janitor holding a broom, and he asked him what he was doing, and the janitor replied, "Mr. President, I'm helping put a man on the moon." Purpose is that feeling that you are a part of something bigger than yourself, that you are needed, and that you have something better ahead to work for. Purpose is what creates true happiness. As I've traveled around, I've sat with children in juvenile detention and opioid addicts who've told me that maybe their lives would have turned out differently if they just had something to do, an after-school program or somewhere to go. I've met factory workers who know their old jobs aren't coming back and are just trying to find their path ahead. For our society to keep moving forward, we have a generational challenge to not only create new jobs, but create a renewed sense of purpose. I remember that night I launched Facebook from that little dorm in Kirkland House. I went to Noakes with my friend KX, and I remember telling him clearly that I was excited to help connect the Harvard community, but one day someone would connect the whole world. The thing is, it never even occurred to me that that someone might be us. We were just college kids. We didn't know anything about that. There were all these great big technology companies with all these resources, and I just assumed one of them would do it. But this idea was so clear to us that all people want to connect. So we just kept working on it, day after day after day. And I know that a lot of you are going to have your own stories just like this. A change in the world that's...
We have this entire misunderstanding of what Darwin really meant when he said survival of the fittest.
The whole Earth is actually...
seems so clear that you are sure someone else is going to do it. But they're not. You will. My hope was never to build a company. I wanted to have an impact. And as all these people started joining us, I just assumed that that's what they wanted to do too. So I never took the time to explain what it was that I hoped we'd build. A couple years in, some big companies wanted to buy us. I didn't want to sell. I wanted to see if we could connect more people. And we were building the first version of Newsfeed at the time, and I thought, if we could just launch this, it could change how we all learn about the world. Nearly everyone else wanted to sell. Without a sense of higher purpose, this was their startup dream come true, and it tore our company apart. After one particularly tense argument, one of my close advisors told me if I didn't agree to sell the company right now, I would regret that decision for the rest of my life. Relationships were so frayed that within a year or so, every single person on our management team was gone. That was my hardest time leading Facebook. I believed in what we were doing, but I felt alone. And worse, it was my fault. I wondered if I was just wrong, an imposter, a 22-year-old kid who had no idea how things actually worked. Now, years later, I understand that is how things work when there's no sense of higher purpose. So it's up to all of us to create it so we can all keep moving forward together. And today, I want to talk about 3 ways that we can create a world where everyone has a sense of purpose. By taking on big, meaningful projects together. By redefining equality so everyone has the freedom to pursue their purpose. And by building community all across the world. So first, let's take on big, meaningful projects. Our generation is going to have to deal with tens of millions of jobs replaced by automation like self-driving cars and trucks. But we have the potential to do so much more than that. Every generation has its defining works. More than 300,000 people worked to put that man on the moon, including that janitor. Millions of volunteers immunized children around the world against polio, and millions of more people built the Hoover Dam and other great projects. And now it's our generation's turn to do great things. Let me tell you a secret. No one does when they begin. Ideas don't come out fully formed. They only become clear as you work on them. You just have to get started. If I had to know everything about connecting people before I got started, I never would have built Facebook. Movies and pop culture just get this all wrong. The idea of a single eureka moment.
Can you play the last sentence again? I just want to re-emphasize that.
Sharon.
Just last one.
Before I got started, I never would have built Facebook.
Little bit.
Movies and pop culture just get this all wrong. The Facebook had to know it fully formed. No one does when they things. Let me tell you a secret. No one does when they begin. Ideas don't come out fully formed. They only become clear as you work on them. You just have to get started. If I had to know everything about connecting people before I got started, I never would have built Facebook. Movies and pop culture just get this all wrong. The idea of a single eureka moment is a dangerous lie. It makes us feel inadequate because we feel like we haven't had ours yet. And it prevents people with seeds of good ideas from ever getting started in the first place. It's really good to be idealistic, but be prepared to be misunderstood. Anyone working on a big vision is going to get called crazy, even if you end up right. Anyone taking on a complex problem is going to get blamed for not fully understanding it, even though it's impossible to know everything up front. Anyone taking initiative will always get criticized for moving too fast because there's always someone who wants to slow you down. In our society, we often don't take on big things because we're so afraid of making mistakes that we ignore all the things wrong today if we do nothing. The reality is, anything we do today is going to have some issues in the future. But that can't stop us from getting started. So what are we waiting for? It is time for our generation-defining great works. How about stopping climate change before we destroy the planet? Let's do big things, not just to create progress, but to create purpose. The second is redefining our idea of equality so everyone has the freedom to pursue their purpose. Facebook wasn't the first thing I built. I also built chat systems and games, study tools and music players, and I'm not alone. J.K. Rowling got rejected 12 times before she finally wrote and published Harry Potter. The greatest successes come from having the freedom to fail. I know a lot of entrepreneurs, and I don't know a single person who gave up on starting a business because they were worried they might not make enough money. But I know too many people who haven't had the chance to pursue their dreams because they didn't have a cushion to fall back on if they failed.
So many things go wrong when you're starting a company, and often I think people ask, what mistakes should you avoid making? And my answer to that question is don't even bother trying to avoid mistakes because you're going to make tons of mistakes, right? And the important thing is actually learning quickly from whatever mistakes you make and not giving up. There are things every single year of Facebook's existence that could have killed us or made it so that it just seemed like moving forward and making a lot of progress just seemed intractable, but you just kind of bounce back and you learn, and nothing is impossible. You just have to kind of keep running through the walls.
It's just kind of hard. You need to be pretty headstrong about it, right? And there are going to be all these challenges that come up, and I think the main thing that you need to do is just not give up, right? And kind of know what you want to do. And the best entrepreneurs who I've met don't really start companies because their goal is to build a company. They do it because they want to make a change in the world and help people. And I think if you kind of stay true to that, and if you just focus on kind of powering through no matter what the challenges are that will inevitably come up in your path, then you'll find that there are lots of tools that are available and a lot of people who will help you build what you're building.
The third way we can create a sense of purpose for everyone is by building community. We understand that the great arc of human history bends towards people coming together in ever greater numbers, from tribes to cities to nations, to achieve things that we could not on our own. We get that our greatest opportunities are now global. We can be the generation that ends poverty, that ends disease. A student in a dorm, connecting one community at a time, and keeping at it until one day we can connect the whole world. Change starts local. Even global change starts small with people like us. In our generation, the struggle of whether we connect more, whether we achieve our greatest opportunities, comes down to this: your ability to build communities and create a world where every single person has a sense of purpose. I'm reminded of a prayer, Misha Berach, that I say whenever I face a big challenge, that I sing to my daughter, thinking of her future when I tuck her in at night. And it goes, "May the source of strength, who's blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing." I hope you find the courage to make your life a blessing.
Before going into the video, comments about the video, I just want to tell this. I have watched this video at a place where I couldn't hear anything. So I just switched off the volume and was just staring at the screen and reading those captions. If I miss, I get back and then read again because it is going so fast, right? So it got more deeper into me and video since I watched it without audio. Okay, so sentence only. Yeah, it made me speechless, and just experience it the fully potent myself, who is going to make my big dream possible one day by working every day. That's what I realized. So I'll highlight some points from the video towards the end. So before that, does anyone want to give the comments about the activity that we have before, also about the video? I think Chandan is going to unmute himself. Is it? Okay.
No, Anna.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. First of all, whatever the activity you did, I really loved it. As soon as the activity complete or in the activity, I really got a lot of energy, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. My bigger dream అంటే అక్కడ తీసుకెళ్ళి how I will be ఇలా I'm thinking like all the things, and this really given me happiness and some extra energy. And ఇప్పుడు వీడియో అయితే this is a mind blowing video, and whatever he says, maybe it might not strike me at currently, but definitely they'll get to me another day.
Super, Chandan. Thank you so much. As you said, like not every sentence that is spoken might not make us realize everything today itself. But as you see, I didn't mention anything that was mentioned in the video before going into the video. Because I don't want to take any reference from the video. That's because we are experiencing those things. We are moving towards those things. And we are doing it daily. That is what I wanted us to realize. Like, we are doing it daily. We are just listening the same thing that we are doing from another set of sentences. That's it. from another person. Yeah. Okay. 29. 6 more minutes. Nivi?
Yeah. Cheerleader. It was just amazing. That was an amazing activity. Ante I was really feeling like I'm not enough for I mean, like just that feel from few days. But through this activity, I really I mean I just felt like I'm complete now. And also regarding this this is so inspiring. Actually, I really got connected and I got inspired from many words he mentioned. Actually, and the favorite line which I loved is like, "No one does when they begin." I just liked it, and also like when we start something, uh, we just I mean we can't be perfect in that, but we can just try to be imperfect to become perfect. So that is how we have to do, and that is how I learned I learned here that we can it's okay to be imperfect all the time also. So and also the other thing which I really love is like whenever we feel low or sad, like we have many people here, like even though if our idea doesn't work, uh, there will be who will hold our hands and say like it's okay, you have many other ways to achieve your dreams. And that is very important, and like he said, we should always have a blessing. And I can say Top family is such a blessing, not only to me, but we are blessing to each other. And that is how we are creating miracles here. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for a mini podcast. Virita?
Thank you, Ananya. So, like starting with the activity, uh, okay, meditation is not my thing, but still, you successfully made me go into that zone. Ante, uh, living my dream. Asal, I'm just realizing it recently. అంటే జెన్ టెక్నాలజీస్ కి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ కిషోర్ సార్ మెన్షన్ దట్ యూ నీడ్ టు పొద్దున్న లేచిన వెంటనే ద ఫస్ట్ థాట్ ఏది వచ్చినా కానీ యూ షుడ్ ఫస్ట్ ఇమాజిన్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ అచీవింగ్ యువర్ గోల్ అన్నట్టు. అప్పటి నుంచి అది మైండ్ లో ఉంది, కానీ it is really difficult to attempt that thing, but finally you made it possible, Anna. I'm so happy. uh, yeah, so I just don't have words regarding the video.
Also, as you imagine it daily, the picture gets more clearer and clearer. And I know you love the more clear pictures.
Yes.
More edited, more refined, and the more detailed picture.
Yes. Ante whatever you have mentioned, Anna, yes, I completely agree to it. And ante somehow I strive to have that clear picture in my life. And so thank you so much for the activity. I just don't have words. And coming to the video again, మీరే స్పీచ్లెస్ అయ్యారు మేము అవ్వమా.
Thank you so much. So, activity, I didn't plan it before. I just wanted to come and play the video, just that's it. But whenever I feel low, whenever I was asked any questions about my big dream, whenever I was questioned, I just do this activity అనమాట చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి. Okay, maybe not this clear, but I do this. Like I go into future, bring that fully potent me, and tell him that whatever the challenges that have come across before, you have faced them and you have crossed them, and now it's you who is going to make the dream possible. So it's just a simple activity, but that brings in a potential from nowhere, which is within you instantly. నిజంగా అలా అనిపిస్తుంది. సో యా, ఇట్స్ 35. నిఖిల్, maybe one more
I
minute.
just have 15 seconds comment. I love the way the video you presented the video, and I'm inspired by the way you started your obsession of creating a 1,000 crore company now. Before. Thank you, Vinay. Thank you, team.
Thank you, Nikhil.
Since I don't have time, I just drop it. Since I don't have time, I'm just giving my.
Thank you, Tejasri. We loved your comments. Yeah, just that's it. Like mentioning again a sentence from the previous call. If it is still sticking with you, if it is still with you, just go for it. And one more quotation, like I read recently about Martin Luther King, which Ravan sir always tells, that if you want to climb, you need not see the whole staircase. If you're able to see the one step, just go for it, just climb it, and then you'll be seeing the next steps. As the same things were told in the video, it will not be clear on the day one, but starting it is important, and you'll figure out, and it will become easy as the time progresses. Thank you. Yeah.
And one last thing.
Let's run through any walls that come in our way. Yes, ma'am. I noted it down. I just don't have time for that. But thank you for mentioning it. I love it. Running through the wall.
I like that too. Thank you, Vinay. Nice
Thank
session.
you so much, ma'am.
And Anna,
And also do remember that the safety cushion, lovely cushion that we all have to fall back as a team. So that is why we are the only ones who should work on our bigger dreams. So that's the answer for that question. Why should we? So you know your bigger dream, you know how potent you are. For the question why, we have played the video, and then now we got the why also. Yeah, Jeeta.
అంటే like while getting ready for college, నాకు ఇట్లా I used to listen to songs mundu, but now I have videos in that playlist, and this is going to be that one for the next few months maybe.
Super. Thank you so much, everyone.